All right, so I'm in the passenger seat and I'm with my buddy Scott. Scott, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Thank you.
No,
Doing
thank
good.
you for doing this. This is pretty wild. So we're just leaving well, gosh, quite the parade of exotic cars and the British invasion. But here we are in your car, which is the whole purpose of me coming out this morning to meet you and listen to that sound. Scott, tell everybody about this car, what year it is, and that beautiful sound.
This is a 1971 2.2 liter 911E Targa, built late 70, October of 70, and so it's a 71 year model. In 70 and 71, the cars had increased to 2.2 liter, and are we going to have to, how are we going to get up?
I don't know.
I thought I could go straight up.
Oh, we might go left, huh?
Okay, we'll just go right over there. Anyway, in 70 and 71, the cars changed to 2.2 liter, and so they gained a little torque and they gained a little horsepower.
Yeah.
And they were just really good cars in those years.
Wow, that sound is unreal.
Yeah. The 2.2 cars are known for their sound. The little magnesium engines do make a lot of noise, and but it's musical, pleasant noise.
No, it definitely is. And Scott, you were telling me earlier that the differences between the 911E, the T, and the S was about 20 horsepower between each one?
Yeah, it's roughly 20 horsepower a piece, but the torque is pretty much the same for each of the cars. The 911S carries it higher. That's why the horsepower is greater, just because it's able to carry the same torque with higher RPM. So
okay.
And all three of the engines, the T, the E, and the S, were 2.2 liter. They had roughly the same torque, but at different points. And so that's why the 911S ended up making more horsepower. It was because of the fact that it could carry it higher. So the T was the touring model. It had carburetors and very mild camshafts, small ports in the engine, and it was a lot more docile. And then the 911E was about 20 horsepower more.
Okay.
And it was mechanically fuel injected like the S was, but it had a broader range through the middle, so it was a very drivable car.
Okay.
And the 911S, really kind of sort of didn't come on until 5,000 RPM.
Oh wow.
So 5 to 7 was the range where things really happened with the 911S.
And now you mentioned that the E in 911E stands for
Einspritzer.
Which means?
Mechanically fuel injected.
I like that. And obviously the T you said stands for touring and not turbo.
Correct.
That's interesting. And now as far as the S?
The S was the super, or the bigger engine car.
Okay. I love learning about these. It's pretty neat to actually start understanding the differences, horsepower. You were also telling me about the compression differences between the different models.
Yeah, the S had 9.8 to 1 compression. The E was down around the lower nines, 9.2 or something like that, and the T was like 8.5, 8.7, something like that.
Wow.
Memory doesn't quite serve there. It's interesting, when we do the engines in these cars, and we try to actually keep track of the compression ratios, it's almost as if the factory wasn't factoring in the cylinder head to where you would have deck height, because you've got to have a millimeter deck height or more. It's almost as if they left that out of the equation, because when we're actually computing compression ratios, we have a tough time getting up to 9.8.
Oh wow, okay.
It's easier to get to like 9.5. But the street engines really work good at 9.5. And the cars have a lot of personality at that point.
Oh, I can imagine. That sound is just incredible, though.
It really is.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
You kind of begin to understand the character of the car and the engineering and what's gone on to get there.
Now, with regard to the different models, did they offer different exhaust options, or were they all pretty much the same exhaust?
Originally, they were all the same exhaust.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good question. The exhaust systems in the cars were so good that they really could make whatever the horsepower they wanted work across the spectrum. So, they were all the same. In fact, when we've dynoed these engines, they will make a little more horsepower if you leave the air cleaner off, but the mid-range horsepower really suffers without the air cleaner in place.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So through the middle of the range, where you're normally driving, really suffers if you have like a non-factory
Interesting.
air cleaner.
That's such an awesome feeling. So while we're driving, I've got a question for you, because I've seen you have, obviously your 67, which I think I saw last week. What other models do you have? And the big question is, which one's your favorite?
Which one of my favorite is easy to answer, and that's the one I'm in.
Oh, really? Okay, this is it, huh?
At whatever point.
Okay, I like that. So now you've got the 67, right?
67 912.
Okay.
And that's a really good year. That's a short wheelbase car.
Okay.
And 67 was kind of the last year, or 67 and 68 were the last of the short wheelbase cars. The wheelbases got longer in 69, and but 67 was a really good year for U.S. delivered cars and European version cars. The bodies were really well made, and they were improving the undercoating. Each year that the undercoating got better, so the cars got better.
Okay.
And the metalwork was really good in them. The bodies were, they're basically two different manufacturers in those years. Karman was making most of the bodies, and Porsche in the old Reuter factory were making their own bodies.
Oh, wow. Now, could you choose?
No.
You couldn't choose. Okay. Huh.
912s were mostly Carmen.
Okay.
Not all, but mostly Carmen.
Uh-huh.
And T's, 911T's were mostly Carmen.
Ah.
The E's and the S's were all pretty much Reuter.
Okay.
Or Porsche, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Porsche bought the Reuter factory in,
Wow.
I think, somewhere around 64.
And
But
where's the demarcation that would show you if it's a Carmen body or a...
it shows right over here in the door plate.
Okay. Why?
The door is open, not right now.
Right. We'll check it out when we stop.
Okay, I want to try to get Jamboree here.
Okay. So that's interesting. I didn't know there were two different places that were making them. Very interesting.
And they're almost identical.
Oh, really? Almost? Huh, okay.
But not quite. The Carmen was slightly lighter. Let's see.
Really?
Yeah.
Jamboree will be on your left.
Left lane.
Yeah. Now, when you say lighter, I mean, how much lighter are we talking about?
I don't really know.
I'd be curious, are we talking like
probably
100 pounds, 20 pounds, and it would be interesting to see what actually made them lighter, what aspect of it. I like the story where you were telling me, but as far as the undercoating, the way they were doing the undercoating in the beginning, I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, the 356's early undercoating, you can still find Jamboree North. Okay. You can still find online. It's a video that the factory made in 1960, and it's called Made by Hand. So you can look that up and you can find it on YouTube. But it's an old factory video that they made at the factory, and you watch the process.
Mm-hmm.
It's about a half an hour, 20 minutes, something like that. And in that, you see the process of the car getting made. Then these are 356s. And, they, at one point, they're painting the bodies, and they're showing you what looks like an orange or maybe a tangerine car or something getting painted. And there's two guys painting this car, one on one side and one on the other, and they're just spraying away. You're thinking, that's lead-based paint. Those guys can't still be alive. And there's no masks. They're not, there's no breathing apparatus. You think those guys can't be alive anymore.
That is pretty crazy. So what's your shift point in this car?
Not get hit by a Honda or a Kia. Usually in the first couple of gears, I'll take it to 5,000, 5,500. That way, I'm not below 3,000 in the next gear.
Okay.
Because I want to stay above 3,000. This engine is happiest when it's 3,000 to 5,500, 6,000.
Okay.
That's where it's the happiest.
All right. It's good to know.
You can just kind of hear when the engine is at its sweet spot. I mean, you can tell that the engine's not working hard at all.
Right.
Watch what happens when if I if I leave the throttle
Mm-hmm.
and I just push the clutch in, it hardly changes.
You're right, yeah. What a sound. What a sound.
And, you know, the engines are little. This is the crankshaft is a 66 millimeter stroke.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And the pistons are 84 millimeters.
Huh.
So it's 2.2 liter. It's very small. One of the things we have at the shop that's kind of interesting is an original factory poster that someone gave us that, you know, because the first 911s, the first 6-cylinder motors were 2 liter.
Okay.
And this poster is proclaiming the new 911 is 2.2 liters.
Nice.
And you think to yourself, then we went to 2.4, then we went to 2.7, then we went to 3 liter, then we went to 3.2, and then we were 3.6, and
wow.
And so the 2.2 is not all that new, but obviously in 1970 it was.
Yeah, no kidding. Listen to that. And the idle's right at around 1,100 or
Yeah,
so?
because it's warmer now.
Okay.
So it's about 1,200.
Wow, look at that. Huh. What a beauty. What a beauty. And look at this day. What a
Yeah, it's
gorgeous morning, man.
Yeah, gorgeous morning.
So anyway, going back to the other question. So you have the 67 912, and what else?
I have a 70 911T.
Okay. What color is that one?
That's the tangerine car.
That's the tangerine one. Okay. All right.
And it has a sunroof. And I bought that car with the engine in a basket. The guy had blown it up, and so when I put that engine back together, we did a 2.5.
Oh wow! Okay.
The original engine, 2.5 and twin plugged, and when we dynoed that engine, it made 220.
Whoa.
Just with stock air cleaner and stock Zeniths and 185 foot-pounds of torque and.
Wow, so that thing boogies.
Yeah.
So,
and that's a sunroof T, and it's an early 70. It was made in November of 69.
okay.
So there's a couple of things on it that are kind of more like a 69
Okay.
than a 70. Just, you know.
So you've got
70T hot rod, and then the E is the Targa, and it was interesting. I had this husband and wife customers that they'd each had these two 911s. The husband had the yellow T coupe, and the wife had the Albert blue Targa here.
Oh wow! I thought it would have been the other way around.
Yeah. No, she was the one with the Targa.
Okay.
And they lived in Carson City, and for a while, they had family issues that forced her and he to move to Florida.
Wow.
And both the cars, we had already restored this car. They had brought this car to us almost 20 years back now. And they were with these family issues. They were in Florida, so the cars are just sitting stored in Carson City.
Wow.
So I was remembering this car, thinking how much I liked how the restoration came out, all the mechanical stuff. I really liked the way the car was, and so I contacted them and I said, you know, I know Albert is sitting. I know I'd like to buy it if, you know. And they said, oh, no, it's not for sale, not for sale. We're going to keep the yellow car together with Albert, and and I said, okay. So I went off, bought another car, and about 6 months later, they called me and said, okay, we'll sell it.
Oh, no, right after you bought another one.
So I annoyed my wife greatly by buying another one. So, and I eventually sold the one that one. But you know, I had a memory of how good this car was. That was about 10 years old, and so I bought both cars. Rick Johnson bought the other one, and we bought both cars. And I remember thinking to myself, "Gee, I hope I remember this right. I hope it's as good a car as I remember."
Yeah, right.
And it was. So
that's awesome. That is so cool, and that's neat that they were together.
Yeah, they called me up when they said they were going to sell both cars, and I said, okay, gulp, how much? And they gave me the price, and I said, wow, that's really good price. That's fair. Let me work on it, and we'll do it. And so that's basically how it happened.
Wow, it was meant to be. That's so cool. I love stories like that. You just never know. Although it is kind of funny though that you just bought a car and then they finally decide to sell it.
Yeah,
it's like really
6 months. Yeah.
Wow. All right, Santiago Canyon. This car, I tell you, there's like no hesitation. I mean,
No,
it really is responsive.
It really is. You know, I think about each. You asked the question about, you know, what's my favorite car?
Yeah.
And I have things that I like about each car. And what I like about this car is how smooth it is all over the place.
Yeah. No, it is definitely smooth.
You know, the suspension is smooth. The ride is smooth.
Just the handling and everything too. I mean,
yeah,
I like the fact that there's no sway. There's no sway whatsoever.
Well, if you were in the other car, you would feel a stiffer car.
Okay.
You would feel like the Tangerine car is stiffer.
Okay.
And actually, the 912 is taunt also.
Really?
Yeah, just because it's so light.
Huh. You know, as far as the wheelbase goes, which one performs better?
What do you mean by perform?
Okay, so I guess the question would be what, cornering and, you know, which, well, you tell me which one performs better in what sense than the other.
On sheer just handling, probably the 912.
Really? Okay.
Although the 70 is pretty aggressive. The 912 is also kind of a hot rod. The engine is 2-liter instead of 1600,
okay,
and it does go pretty well.
It's supposed to be a little warm today, but not as warm as yesterday, I believe. So here we are in January. I think it's going to be somewhere in the, I don't know, high 70s.
I think it'll be low 80s
Low
today.
80s.
83.
In January. So Scott, while we're driving, tell me, how did you get into Porsches? Because I mean, obviously you've got a shop, had a shop, got a shop. Tell me the history of it.
Okay. I turned 16 in the spring of 65, and in the fall of 65, my uncle came to visit. He was 13 years older than me and 13 years younger than my father, and he was driving a 63B Cabriolet. And you know, I had basically had a driver's license for about 5 or 6 months, something like that. And he handed me the keys and said, "Here, you want to drive it?"
No way.
And I went, "Well, duh." So, you know, I jumped in the car and went straight over to my friend's house, and he wasn't home. But that was my first experience driving a Porsche.
Wow.
And it really was a kind of a seminal moment. And at that point, I was a car guy. I could tell you all the different, you know, Mustangs and Pontiacs and Buicks and, you know, Plymouths and Dodges and from late 1965 on, I just paid no attention to anything else.
Really?
I paid no attention. So my first car was a 58 Carmen Ghia.
Oh, really?
Yeah, with a 40 horse engine. And I managed to ruin that car a couple times. And
wait, you said you managed to what, that car?
Ruin it.
Ruin it? How'd you ruin it?
Crash it.
Oh, you're kidding me. Oh my gosh. So now, was your dad a gearhead? Was he into cars?
Yeah, sort of. And I graduated from high school in '67.
Okay.
And
did you grow up here in Southern California?
Yeah.
Okay.
Santa Ana.
Okay.
Grew up in Santa Ana.
And so your first ride was in that B coupe or B Cabriolet, you said, even.
Yeah, B cab.
Oh my gosh! So did that guy even realize what he had done to you?
It's my uncle.
That's amazing.
Dad's younger brother.
Oh my gosh! And from there, it's just. I mean.
Yeah, I graduated from high school, and at that point, you know, we were heavily involved in Vietnam.
Okay.
So, you know, I went to college. I went to college because, you know, I wanted to stay out of the draft.
Oh, right. That's right.
So I went to junior college for 2 years, and I was working I worked at a local shop, Orange Independent.
Oh, at Orange Independent?
Yeah.
No way.
Back when Walter Hausberger owned it.
Wow.
And that's where I started, and that was the summer of '67.
Okay. And I mean, did you have any mechanical experience whatsoever?
No, but both my grandfathers and my father, you know, we did everything by hand. We built things, we fixed things, we made things, and that's what we did.
Wow.
You know, so I grew up watching my grandfather take his transmission out, fix it, or do a clutch.
And was that in an American car?
Yeah.
Okay. And it just kind of then probably came naturally to you, watching them.
Yeah.
Oh, that's neat. So how long were you at Orange Independent for?
So, So this is, I had 2 years of junior college.
Okay. And what were you studying, by the way?
I ended up with a college degree in microbiology. So I had a BS degree in microbiology.
Okay.
Which basically is like a chemistry degree. And that's kind of, that's where I met Janet and married her in 72. Oh, look at the wind. We've got some wind here.
Wow.
And we graduated from Cal State Long Beach in 73. So, and all that time I was working on the cars. I was working at different places in Long Beach, just different places all over.
Right. All right, you guys, out here in Silverado Canyon, we just took a ride in this beautiful car. Scott, what a ride. What a ride. This was awesome.
Thank you.
Tell me a little bit about this car. I would love to do a little walk around tour out here.
It's a really, really, really solid car. All original underneath.
Oh, it is all original underneath.
Yeah,
okay.
undercoating and everything.
Wow.
I have rebuilt all the suspension and shocks and brakes and ball joints and tie rods and all that kind of stuff. So everything has been redone, suspension wise, brake wise, engine, gearbox, but we haven't had to do absolutely anything for it with rust or metal or repair or anything.
So totally solid.
Yeah.
What a beauty. What's this color called?
Albert Blue.
Okay.
It's kind of like a royal blue. Like we used to, Prince Albert.
Yeah.
But in 70 and early 71, the factory did the lettering, the Targa designation, and the 911E in gold. That's the way they did it.
Oh, wow.
By late 71, everything turned silver.
What?
Yeah. But the gold really picks up the blue well, I think.
Oh, yeah, big time. Not only that, but I mean, I'm looking at this, wow, I mean, just the way that shines, and it's just, so that ran just a small portion, of time.
Yeah, 69, 70, 71. Well, 911Es started in 69.
Okay. What a beauty. What a beauty.
But if you look at the side of the car, look at the reflection on the side of the car. When we start paying attention to how good a car is, that's one of the things we look at. Yeah, the reflection as it goes through the door jambs. You see how straight it is?
Yeah.
Some cars you walk up to and you look at the reflection through the door gap and you find yourself with 3 legs. It looks like a funhouse mirror, and the side of the car shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be. There shouldn't be, as you look through the door gap. Yeah. You shouldn't have 3 legs.
No, you definitely shouldn't.
It should have, one reflection going around.
So now, as far as I see that there's the paint protection.
Yeah, that was something that the customer wanted to do.
Okay.
Back when we did the car, and it's actually not a bad idea.
Right.
There's a couple of chips right above the paint reflection.
Oh, really?
Maybe I should have put it all the way to the end. But again, same thing. Look at the side of the car and.
Right.
I mean, you can see yourself.
Yeah. No, I'm looking at at your shadow. Your shadow, there isn't a break in your shadow. I mean, all of this just shows up just nicely. So now you were telling me in the car, this car was there was a his and hers, and I'll show a picture. I took a picture earlier of the light yellow.
Right.
And I mean, and it's so funny that I didn't realize that the gentleman ended up with the light yellow one.
Yeah.
Wow.
He wanted the coupe, and she
That's so
wanted
funny.
the open car.
I like that.
And so that's how that went. And they were both 71s, and both of them were very big Porsche people. She was a finance lady. She'd had a lot of financial customers that she would help with their portfolios and so forth.
Wow.
And he was a geological engineer.
Oh my gosh.
He did big geological projects for different companies, and they just were in love with these.
Oh, I can imagine.
These cars.
No, they're both gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And was the yellow one in the same condition as this
No,
one?
the yellow one needed to have some metal repair.
Oh, okay.
And so when we orchestrated that, we didn't actually do it, but we orchestrated it. Now, what you're seeing there are factory sport seats. Those are factory leather sport seats. Wow. They're kind of unusual. They're very comfortable. I think.
No, they are. They were awesome, but I like that. I like the support on the sides.
You get a lot of left and right support with the factory sport seats.
I love the Coco Mats. Now, were Coco Mats, was that something extra, or they just?
Yeah, that was not a factory thing.
Okay.
And these Coco Mats, show you my how wacky I get. The Coco Mats are just supposed to go on top of the factory mats.
Okay.
But that's too much dimension. And it raises my foot up too much.
Okay.
So I take to run the Coco Mats, I take the factory mats out so that I duplicate the height and the ratio between the floor where your heel would go and where the gas pedal would go. Because if you just stick the Coco Mats on top, you got 3/4 of an inch of Coco Mat.
Right.
And your foot's too high.
And then it'll throw off the geometry of your foot to the pedal, I would think. How cool. Oh, would you mind showing me where the demarcation is that shows you whether it was a Carmen car or a Porsche car? Or Porsche built? I mean, obviously it's a Porsche car. Ah, okay. Look at that. Zoom in.
If it was a Carmen car, this badge would say Carmen right on it.
Okay, look at that.
Because it says nothing, we know it's a Porsche car, Porsche body.
Look at that. Wow. What a cool car. Now, did they all, as far as the gauges go, did they all come with the same gauge package, or were the S's?
Pretty much, unless you, the T had a T gauge package where you didn't have an oil level gauge. You just had a gas gauge over here. This is oil level.
Okay, let's see if I can get a shadow on that. Okay.
It would have a temperature gauge and no pressure, and just a light.
Okay.
So, but S gauges, the 911E would always come with it, what we would call S trim or S gauges. And the trim for the car, the bigger trim here and the bigger trim on the bumpers, that's what we would call S trim.
Okay, well, that's interesting. And that reflector on the trim, when did that start?
Started in '69, and it was part of the factory was getting ready to, they were, in '68, they were required you had to have a reflector here
Okay.
and a reflector here.
Ah, okay.
So in 68, they had the reflector in the taillight, but the short wheelbase car in the U.S., they had an add-on reflector that was right here.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Was it glued on or drilled on?
Yeah, drilled on.
Oh.
So they had it both front and rear.
Okay.
For a US 68.
Huh.
And then 69 went to this taillight change.
Okay.
With everything in it, along with that reflector there.
Okay. I love all those little changes, you know.
The little details.
Yeah, the little details. Because I'm trying to remember, I think, is it your 67? It's a push button, correct? Push button handle?
Yes.
And this one, when did they go to the trigger?
1970 was the trigger. And the first of the 70s, the door lock was level. The key
horizontal.
was level this way.
Oh, wow.
And then 71, the key turned up and it stayed this way all the way through 89.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
So,
that's like on a...
So if you've got a 70 and you still have the horizontal keys,
yeah,
everybody go, oh, you still got your 70 door handles. So
I like that. That's funny. Wow. Wow. All right, let's look at the engine. Look at that. Let me get out of
you're going to
the shadow.
Create your own shadow there.
Look at all of the decals. I saw that on another car before. All the decals that came on this thing. Look at that. Wow. So this is the 2.2, huh?
Yep.
Okay. Huh. I don't think I ever noticed that the oil filter's on there sideways.
Yeah,
So-
it's on the tank. That's the dry sump tank.
Okay.
So, all the 911s are dry sump engines. So on an oil change, this particular car will take 9 quarts.
Oh my gosh.
And a little bit later cars, 10 quarts on an oil change.
Wow.
So that's one of the things that's so spectacular about the 6-cylinder engine is the oil system.
Jeez.
That's why they're so strong.
Wow.
I'll trade you. Thank
Sure.
you.
That looks like a good trade, huh? That's funny. What kind of oil do you like to run in this?
We use a 2050.
Okay.
Kind of an old school with the zinc additives and all that kind of stuff.
So conventional oil.
Yeah, and for about 20 years we've used Swepco, which is kind of an oddball.
Never heard of it.
Now we're back using one of the Lubramoly oils, also a 2050.
Okay.
But being an air-cooled car, we utilize the 2050.
Okay. Wow, what a beauty. That's so funny. It's that windy out here. It wasn't windy where we
No.
were. No, zero wind.
We're a little bit of a wind tunnel here, maybe.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting. I've never noticed that. There's these little plugs down here, but yet they've got little ridges, like you can unscrew them or something. That's kind of funny.
That covers where the Allen screw goes to hold the. You can tell the ones on the left are original and the ones on the right got replaced.
Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah. Oh, that's funny. It's those little things, huh?
When you think about this, this is a 55-year-old car.
Yeah, you don't think about that.
It's a 55-year-old car.
Yeah.
And
God, and it's still just so iconic, I mean, it's iconic, it's beautiful. I mean, it's just, it is hard to believe that it's 55 years old, and it's in awesome shape, Scott. Absolutely beautiful.
You can tell I didn't think to dust off the engine.
You know what though? I think we would have gotten dust anyway out here with the wind. That's for sure. Well, this is cool, man. I'm looking forward to the ride back.
Shall we take the top off?
Go for it if you want. Sure, why not? I recently learned how these tops came off, and I thought that was kind of neat.
The secret is you have to do both latches at the same time.
Uh-huh. That's interesting, and those latches are different than the 67 one that I had seen. Look at that. Whoops.
Oops,
Hang on.
my glasses.
I'll get those for you.
Thank you.
Well, so good. It could fit in the back seat and the trunk, huh? I like that. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Here's those. Yes. Wow, look at that.
Glad I
Yes, what a
didn't dump
difference.
them on their lenses.
What a difference, man. I love it. Very cool. So now, as far as, let's say, the interior, the mirrors, the visors, and all that, was that pretty much the same from 69 through?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Targa, the visors stayed where they were. The coupe, the visor would unlatch and swing over 90.
Okay.
But not for the Targa.
Wow, look at this. I love seeing the details, you know, just like the metal plates here. Well, actually, it looks like it's just brushed aluminum.
Yeah.
You know, just all that kind of thing. I mean, I always think about when someone's putting together a car that they got that was a complete basket case, and when people say, oh yeah, all the parts are there, you know, you start looking at stuff like that and you think to yourself, is it? You know?
I tell this story. One of the funny things about this car, because they brought it to us and it had been sitting at another shop for like 20 years.
Oh, you're kidding me. Wow.
Waiting to be rebuilt and restored.
Uh-huh.
And so it came to us with the, engine partway apart, the transmission was out, and, the poor car hadn't run in 20 years.
Uh-huh.
So as we were going through things, at one point I was in the shop and I realized the muffler had a whole bunch of little pinholes in them from moisture.
Oh my gosh.
And so I'm not a really good welder, but I was going to take the Heliarc and attempt to weld up these little holes, see if I could get it to do it. So I was in there and I just getting ready to start, and the UPS guy came in, and I've got the hood down and I can't see anything, and he startles me.
Oh no.
And I dropped the muffler on the floor off of the table, and I heard this big rattling sound, and I thought, what is that? So I took the muffler and dumped it back and forth. I started dumping cat food out of the muffler.
What?
Some rodents had discovered the muffler sitting in this shop for years and years.
Wow.
And they had grabbed the dried cat food and were storing it inside the muffler.
No way.
I just took the muffler and threw it away. There's no way you're going to get all the cat food out of the muffler.
Oh my gosh, that is crazy. And to think that that's their storage bin, that's funny.
Nice
That's
dry
funny.
place to keep the cat food
Yeah, no
for
kidding.
later.
I know. So should we go for a drive back?
Yeah, you
All
ready?
right.
It's going to be a little windier.
That's okay. Should be fun though. All right. Nice.
One of the things I really like about these cars is you don't have to drive them at 100 miles an hour. You can enjoy them here at 40 miles an hour.
Right?
You know, they're just as graceful, they're just as exhilarating.
Big time.
One of the things I like to try to describe about these cars is these cars demand that you show up.
What do you mean?
You have to show up for the car to do what it needs to do or wants to do or is built to do. If you don't show up, the car can't do it, and you can't do it without the car. The car can't do it without you showing up.
That's true.
So there's a partnership that comes along with the car and the driver with these cars that's a little different than a lot of other cars. Just because the car can do so much, and its engineering and its grace and its fluidity and the enjoyment that the car is able to do demands that you are a participant. You can't just go for a ride. You have to participate. You have to show up.
I like that.
So does that make sense?
No, it totally makes sense. I think it's a great partnership, you know, just in the same sense that you take care of it, it takes care of you.
If you're gonna go for a ride in your Toyota or your Chevrolet or whatever, you know, you basically just go for a ride. And
you go to the store and back.
Yeah, this is a partnership. You gotta be shifting. You gotta be paying attention to what the engine's doing.
Yep. But it also helps that you know your car.
It can't do that without you.
Right.
You can't do that without the car.
Yep, that's true. What a rush, man.
And when you're doing this, the thing that's so cool about it is the rest of the world kind of, you know, the cacophony of life drops away while you're out driving.
So true. So it just cruises at 4,100, eh?
That's, 42,
42?
Yeah, and, you know, this is loafing for this engine. The engine's loafing it at this speed. My fourth car is a 73 914 2-liter.
Oh, really?
And it's a really great car.
I mean, I thought I was low on the ground in this one. That one, you're really on the ground, aren't you? I like that. Feel that stopping power.
And these are the little brakes.
Really? Oh my gosh.
These are not the big brakes. These are the little ones.
Oh my gosh. No, seriously, that thing, I mean, it's impressive. Back to your point about the fact that it's a 55-year-old car. You know, and just the performance, you know, that it has.
Classic Targa top, huh?
We're just talking about the fact that it's 55 years old. Hard to believe, you know?
Still looks great.
Thank you.
Hey, I remember being 55.
I'm impressed by how long first gear is. I guess I'm used to, you know, my old Volkswagen where first gear is just to kind of get you,
Yeah.
just to wake you up.
Well, one of the reasons it feels so long is because the engine is so broad with its RPM range.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, when you were mentioning that, you know, you like to take it up to, let's say, like you said, 55. So when you shift, that you're going to still be at 3,000. I didn't realize 2,500. 2,500 is that. I mean, that's quite the range.
You know, you should not be driving around like this.
Right.
This is not how you should be driving the car.
That's okay. So it bumped it up about 500 from second to third.
Yeah, it would.
Now, would people ever come to you and ask you to re-gear their box?
Oh yeah,
And
we
for
do
what
that
purpose?
all the time.
And for what purpose?
Well, depending on how the car is going to get driven.
Okay.
These are stock gears,
Right.
and they're kind of perfect for exactly what we're doing.
Right.
But if, for instance, you were going to either time trial or
Okay.
something like that,
Uh-huh.
then you'd want things shorter or a hill climb, or if you wanted something taller, like for higher speed, then yeah. And you know the gear range for these cars is actually A, B, C, D, E, F, G, G, A, H, H, A, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P.
Oh my God.
You gonna pull in front of the guy? I guess so. And then X, Y, and Z, ZA, and ZD. So there's a whole range of gears.
Yeah, it
for
sounds
these
like
cars.
it.
Yeah.
So Scott, how long did you have your shop for?
48 years. I sold my shop to Clay 3 years ago, just a little over 3 years ago.
Okay.
And
48 years.
yep.
Wow.
48 years, 48 and a half years. So
That's awesome. That is a long time, my friend.
it's a long time, all right. I am so glad to be able to do a few things at the shop now. I'll do a gearbox here or an engine there, something like that.
Good for you. That's cool.
So I still stay active in it, but I don't run the business anymore. And I'm very grateful to be able to pass that on to Clay.
I bet.
And he's 29, going on 30. I think he's actually 30 now. And it's just really nice to see the younger guys discovering these cars.
Oh,
discovering the personalities of the cars.
Right?
We used to joke about you could blindfold a 911 guy and put him in 100 different cars and make the 101st car a 911 and he would know. You know, just by the sound of the door.
Oh my gosh.
So
that's awesome. So now, as far as the newer ones, what's your take on the newer ones?
I don't have enough gray matter to stay current with the newer ones. When the OBD1 came out, and then OBD2, and the different versions of computers and things that needed to be bought. I remember back in the late 90s, the first versions of computers, and then in early 2000s, you know, I thought about at one point getting the factory computer, and so I could, you know, you even need your the computer to hook up and do an oil change.
Oh my God, just to do an oil change?
You're not supposed to do an oil change without the computer.
Wow.
So I started paying attention to the versions of the computer, and I was up to the third or fourth version, and the computers were failing. And I looked at, and I don't remember what year this was, early 2000s, and the computer was $12,000 for the year.
Wow.
And almost the same amount for factory support.
Oh my gosh.
So it was going to cost me more than $20,000 a year to have a factory computer with the factory.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
And I just couldn't.
Yeah. It's a little hard to justify.
Well, and I'm really good at the old cars anyway. So
right, exactly.
Why? It's not like I'm running out of things to do. So.
Right. That's true. No, I think it's awesome, actually, you know, for you to have that knowledge, because I mean, same thing in the Volkswagen world, and I would almost think actually with any older cars, is a lot of the guys that have the knowledge, you know, I mean, I wish, I've always said I wish there was a way to download all the information in your brain onto some sort of a hard drive, so all that knowledge, the 48 and a half years of knowledge, you would have at your disposal whenever you wanted, you know, but, you know, just like Walt Disney said about Disneyland, it takes people to make the place, you know, go around. And it's true, man. So obviously your knowledge is still very much needed.
Well, it's really kind of fun. At the shop right now, we've got a new guy, Alan, who is a very experienced engine and transmission guy, but he hasn't done any 356 transmissions.
Oh, wow. Okay. Huh.
So we've got this, Clay's got this 59 GSGT in the shop right now. And so we've got the transmission apart, and I'm walking Alan through the transmission. You know, showing him you know, where the dimensions are, and what kinds of things we measure, and how we pay attention to this and pay attention to that. And so I'm walking him through a 356, a 1959 356 gearbox, and he's just having a ball.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and
so cool.
You know, there are three big dimensions inside a 356, any gearbox actually, that are really critical. The three dimensions are preload on the differential, this how hard we squeeze the differential. The second one is what we call the R value, the pinion depth into the ring gear, getting that right. And the third dimension is the backlash. So if you get those three things right, a gearbox is going to live.
That's a good thing.
You know, and if you don't get them right, the opposite is true.
There you go.
So,
seen plenty of that. Well, I'll tell you, Scott, this has been awesome. I've loved learning, going for the ride. Seriously, thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And hopefully, if you ever take out the other cars, give me a call. Love to check those out too. All right.
Sure.
Thanks, Scott.
All right. Thank you.